What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's been a while. It's been a while since my last video. I kind of been incognito on my whole social media. Haven't really been posting much. Kind of just took a little break, you know. Sometimes you need a little break from all that. It's not really that good for your health, you know. So, but we definitely still have been coming to the gym. We definitely are still working on ourselves physically and mentally. But social media-wise, we did take a break. But we're coming down to the end of the year, pretty much. What is it? A couple days left. So it's almost been a full year since I opened this YouTube channel. I bought a camera and I just started making videos. Reflecting now back on it, it was mostly just to get out of my discomfort. I always felt uncomfortable in public areas. I always felt weird filming in areas or even recording myself or even being behind the lens or even taking pictures. I was never very comfortable with it. And one of the main goals for this YouTube channel was to kind of just, you know, break through that plateau, break through that little negativity of myself, break through that little thing that holding me back, and just try to be better for myself. No one else, really. So yeah, we started the channel and it's been a year since, and I think we made it to 42 followers. So if you're part of those 42, I appreciate you guys. A lot of love. Honestly, I know I'm not that interesting to watch. I know I'm not that crazy with my editing and stuff like that like everyone else. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you for following along. And if you guys haven't followed along yet and this is your first video watching it, go ahead, hit subscribe, like, follow, whatever you want to do. Appreciate all the love, appreciate all the support. I'm not looking to be fucking famous. I'm not looking to be rich. I'm just looking to make a community and kind of just build a following and just help you guys along and show you guys what I do and how I do what I do. And maybe it benefits you guys, maybe it helps one of you guys out there. That's kind of how I learned a lot of stuff in life. Growing up, it was a very, very interesting way I grew up and how I learned my things, and watching people do things is kind of how I learned. A lot of people learn like that. And so if you're new to fitness, or if you're new to social media, or if you're new to YouTube or something, you know, welcome. But yeah, follow along. We got a pool day, take our pre, and our little water. Hey, if y'all didn't know, Barbaritos has sugar-free now. This one's not sugar-free, but yeah, they have sugar-free. Game changer, yo. So we'll take our pre and give a little bit of a warm-up, and then do our workout. This may or may not be the last video of the year, and if it is, love you guys. Stay tuned for what's coming up next this upcoming year, because we're gonna try to, by we, I mean me and you, we're gonna try to go bigger and better and try to put a little more effort into the editing. If we have to pay someone, we'll pay someone. It's all good. I don't do this thing just for the heck of it. I do it for fun because I love this and I kind of enjoy doing videos now. And I do love working out. I started working out and I kind of just fell in love with it to try to be better for myself and put a little muscle on myself, because I've always been a little skinny, scrawny guy. So if you've always been a skinny, scrawny guy, just follow along, man. Follow along. All right. Well, shit, let's stretch. And let's get this workout. As you guys can see, I'm not at the gym today. We ended up going today, and I got my dates and my times mixed up. So, 'cause I take my kid, and I kind of got mixed up with the times. So it turned out that the time I was going was the time that they were closing the daycare. so I didn't go to the gym earlier today. But our apartment has a gym, and we take advantage of what we have and we make use of what we got. So it's all good though. All right. Well, shoot, let's stretch and let's get this workout. Let's get it. One of the best ways to warm up. A lot of people do a lot of stretching, and not that there's anything wrong with stretching. Stretching is definitely good, as I'm doing it now. But I feel like if you just slightly loosen up your muscles, you know, by stretching, a small little stretch, nothing crazy, and you actually warm up your body by doing what you're gonna be doing. So let's say you're doing, I don't know, squats. So you go and you practice your little air squat, you know, you kind of get that form of the body moving the way you normally do. And then you slowly just add 10 pounds, and then you'll slowly double that to 20, and then you slowly double that to 30. And you just keep going and going and going. Not so many, you know, you just slowly progress, like the first one being body weight, and then the next one like 30% of what you normally could do, and then the next one 50% of what you could do, and then 60. And once you get to that spot, then at that point your body's pretty much warmed up to where it's going to be working out what you're working out, and then you can go for your full working set. That's what I usually do with my workouts and my stretching. I always do the same little movements when I'm stretching, and it's just to basically loosen up the joint a little bit and then get it going. So it's pull day, so we'll be doing a pull stuff. Whew. Just like that. All right. Damn. My bones are cracking now. Whew. Getting old, man. Shit. So clearly, we're at the apartment gym. So there's not a lot of equipment here. So you kind of have to get creative with it. But it is a pull day. So we're gonna try to keep it, you know, as much possible useful things that we can do with it. Pull-ups, bent over rows, dumbbell rows, whatever you want to call them. And try to do some type of pullover. It's gonna be a little weird. If not, we'll just do it with the bar itself. Cause I do have a little squat rack, bench rack kind of thing set up here in the apartment gym. Well, I don't, but the apartment does. But you know, yeah. And then a couple of shoulder workouts and some bicep stuff. That simple, man. You don't need much. You really can do everything with just even just one dumbbell. You can. You will be limited to weight, of course, but you honestly can do a lot. You'll be surprised. Shit. Make do with what you got, man. Make do with what you got. I'm telling you, when you don't got much, you still want to do it, you honestly find a way. So, binaural rows, good for that back, mid back. If you do them stretched out like that, like elbows pointed outwards, not really like curved in. So if you do it this way, you'll be targeting on a different part. You'll be targeting a lot more of the lat. But if you do it this way, more straight, straight-wise, you'll be targeting more of that mid-back area. And a little bit of the rear delt in that aspect. So it all depends on how you're trying to, what you're trying to work out and how you do it. But even with dumbbells, if you just say you don't have a bar and you just have dumbbells, same aspect, then you just do the same thing. So that's one great way. But you do what you gotta do and you make do. You'll keep hearing me say that because, but, whew. I usually do everything 3 sets, 3 to 2 sets, and depending on how many sets in particular, we'll be looking at about 6 to the 10 rep range, or 8 to 10, 6 to 8, you know, between that number. So it's kind of just something in that aspect, and it has to be a good working set, of course. Now, it all depends on how you want to count it. Some people think a good working set is, you know, completing 6 reps. Let's say I'm trying to do 6 reps, completing 6 reps, but there are like straight up dying, like almost freaking death reps. Some people think a good working set is going for 6, but you know, being short 1 or being short 2, that's how you know you're like working up that working set. But I have a weird way of training that does not seem conventional sometimes, because sometimes I lower the weight, sometimes I go super heavy, kind of like a deload week and kind of like a peak week. I do a little bit of a mix like that, so it's kind of weird how I do it, but it works for me, man. It really does. So I feel like that has progressed me a long way. So some days I will go super crazy heavy, to the point where I can't even do my full sets, and they're just like dying reps. But some days I lower it to the point where I'm getting my full sets and my full reps, but they're very nice and controlled, and not too quote unquote sloppy. But I like a good mixture of both. For me, it works. thinking about doing pullovers, but I may just do it on the bench itself with the bar itself. Not to be honest, I don't know how much this bar weighs. I know all typical Olympic bars weigh 45 pounds, but this is not your standard Olympic bar. So, kind of hard to see how much it actually weighs. But don't matter, especially when you're doing pullovers. In that way, you don't want to freaking kill yourself. So, now the way I'm talking of the pullovers is just taking the bar, kind of like the dumbbell. And if this doesn't feel good, I'm gonna go do it and get the dumbbell and just do it with the dumbbell. Oh shit. Whew. I got horrible shoulders, bro. Yeah, we're gonna do it with the dumbbell. If you go to a gym, you don't have a horrible shoulder, are you really going? Bro, I almost just farted. And this is the way with the dumbbell. That's how you deal with the bar. That's how you deal with the dumbbell. Almost same aspect, same mentality, except of course hand placement. You just gotta get it, man. You gotta get it. All right, pullovers. I see how it will feel right now, but I'm not a big fan of the dumbbell rows. Honestly, I kind of hate them. But we'll see how we feel, and if it feels good, then we'll do it. We'll see. I realized I was doing it and it wasn't filming. But I just don't like them, honestly. I know they were a big staple back in the days with the OGs and shit, but I'm just not a fan of them. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of them, honestly. Whew. All right. I think that's it for the back. Let's do some bicep stuff. We'll start with our incline curls. These are basically the same thing as doing Bayesian curls. Whew. Let's do our last set on this one. Then we'll move to fire some hammer curls or crossbody curls. Like that. Those are like def reps where you're nearly on your last rep, or you are on your last rep and you can't even complete the last rep, or you barely complete the last rep. That's what I call def reps. But Some people like those where you complete all of them with the perfect weight. Some people just don't do it that way, and they do the heavy weight where you just try to do as many as you can with heavy weights and go for it. But whichever one works out for you, man. Whew. Man, hopefully the mic doesn't pick up the music. It probably will, but and by 20, I mean 10 on each side. I just count like that sometimes. No biggie, same shit. We'll probably just do some hammer curls after this. Alright. I know I said hammer curls, but I meant bicep curls. Now these are going to be a little bit different from the Bayesian curls, but last set on these. Okay, we're gonna train the back a little bit more. Just didn't feel like we got a decent one, so we're just gonna do some calisthenic movement types. Last one of these little movements. It may not seem like much, but you'd be surprised.
All right. Well, that's it for the workout. Like I said, I don't know if this is gonna be the last video of the year. If it is, see you guys next year. And if it's not, see you guys at the end of the year. But it's been a good one. There's been a lot of progressing overall throughout life that I've learned throughout this year. It's a very difficult year. It doesn't get easier. It only gets harder as you go. And you just try to make the best of it, and you try to move on, and you try to learn from your mistakes. But if there's one thing that I could tell you guys that I personally recommend is sleep everything over, if that makes sense. You want to buy a car, sleep on it, and wait. You feel differently when you take time to process a lot of things. You want to try to get in a fight, or if you want to, not try to get in a fight, but let's say someone wants to get in a fight with you, was arguing with you, instead of responding back, sleep on it, see how you feel. If you still feel the same way, then sure, but if you'll see how different you feel after you sleep on it. Let's say you want to book a vacation, sleep on it, think about it. It's kind of like the mentality of like, don't buy it now, wait for it, wait a week and see how you feel. Same mentality. But that's my one message that I could give you guys for this 1 year. So that's what I felt like helped me a lot. All right, guys. Well, that's it for this one. Catch you guys on the next one.